Good evening. Welcome to Saturday Night Live. Hope everybody's having a good weekend, a good long holiday weekend. It's been nice to have a long weekend. Haven't done a whole lot myself. Hope everybody's enjoying it. Hopefully getting some RC time in. I got me some RC time on Friday and hopefully get some more tomorrow. A little bit of wrench time in on a new project I got working. Probably talk about that a little bit tonight. So it's sort of open panel. If anybody wants to jump on, I'll post the link up in the chat. Feel free. Time Warp, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Hope you're having a good Memorial Day weekend. It's going pretty good here. Actually been a lazy day, to be honest, today. Tomorrow I need to get some stuff done. Go out and do some testing. Got really 3 different rigs I need to go test tomorrow. So what y'all got working? Y'all got anything on the workbench? Anything new or fixing? Like to know. Welcome, Gabe. How's it going?
What's up, man? Good evening.
Evening. Is that the Glamis?
That is the Glamis. That is right.
Nice.
So
Time
what's
Warp.
up, man? What's cooking?
Not a whole lot. I'm reading Time Warp. He's fighting with FedEx. They lost some of his parts for a custom chassis he's working on. Man, that really sucks to hear that. Hopefully they get that figured out and find the parts for you.
Yeah, sure does, man.
I
What
know.
chassis is that?
Yeah, what chassis Time Warp? Or
Is it a buggy? Is it a stadium truck?
uh, I have
Nice
a
to
new
know.
project that I'm working on. Sort of a new old project, really. Um, that
Yeah, what is
I'm
it?
working on. So it's taking my Helion Centurion buggy, and it's going to become a drag setup.
Oh, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, something a little different. Brian Marks has put the bug in me since I got to play with his 2 drag cars at Stone Mountain. Um,
Yeah.
and I have a history in drag racing with real cars, so he actually found me. He's like, "Hey, here's a chassis. You use this chassis." So I've picked up a chassis for $9 off of eBay and swapped the chassis, and now I've got wheels and tires coming. Should be here this coming week for drag, and then I'll get a body. He said it's a crawler chassis.
Oh, okay. So that's
So,
cool, man. You got a lot
yeah,
going on, huh?
yeah, a little bit, a little bit. Um, so be something different that I haven't done in the RC side of things. So
Yeah.
I went and did some testing yesterday with the new chassis on some crap tires and whatnot. So, but running a brushless Traxxas Velon system, which is what's been in that chassis pretty much since I've had it. So,
Yeah.
and they actually run a class for that motor ESC combo.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
So I'll start
So a
being
little
certain.
update I can give you guys. So I'm still working on my Wraith, my 1.9 Wraith. I'm just waiting for my local hobby shop to actually make me, the all of the LEDs because I did buy different colors. You know, I went with the actual thing like amber and yellow and stuff. So just went to my local hobby shop just to get to that and just install them. And I mean, the truck is already good to go. Uh, Actually, another upgrade that I just did off camera, off scene. I did get. I went on eBay and I did buy the shocks from the 1.9 Capra, and I added them to the Wraith. And I gotta say, man, it looks quite impressive. Actually, the Capra shocks, fit really well in that Wraith. So
Nice. Very
looking
nice.
forward to see how it performs.
Has your hobby shop have they reopened from the fire, or what's going on with that?
They're still so when the fire happened, they were still open. They're just pretty much working outdoors. But as they're working, they do have all the contractors and stuff just going in there and fixing the place up. So right now, to my knowledge, I think they're about done. So they should be opening pretty soon there. So looking forward to that too.
Awesome. Good to hear.
Yeah. Hey Keith, good evening.
Good evening. Trying to get this camera to work.
So you do that.
Well, it was working at Tanks. Okay. I saw your face at Tanks live.
Yeah, I don't know what happens with. Okay, now it should be on. We're good. I don't know what happens. I have to reset it all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
There you go. Good evening.
So I have some stuff for you here in front of me, KB.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a 5-gallon bucket.
All right, it looks good.
And
the toilet seat
and lids.
I have to reset it all the time.
Yeah.
Took a couple times printing the toilet seat.
What's going on, guys?
Hello.
I got a back.
How you doing? Here in front of me, KB.
Okay.
I have a 5-gallon bucket.
Good.
Somebody's volume is on their YouTube channel. And
I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, I think we hear somebody's feedback.
I
don't know who it is.
Cool, guys.
Yeah, it's my feedback. I'm gonna try to fix it.
Okay.
I have yeah, you just need to mute your YouTube. Good. My volume.
No, it's somebody else. It's not Keith.
Back. I think. Oh, nice.
This new 3D printer terrifies me because it's got a silent board in it.
Didn't miss anything, man. It was yeah, you didn't miss anything. It was muddy. It was a big mess over there today.
Dennis, you went out and did some crawling?
Yeah, I went to a comp today, John.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went to the last comp for the Winter Point Series, and we got about 5 or 6 drivers in, and it started to mist a little bit. And they had added some new parts to the course that still had a bunch of dirt and mud on the rock. And we were trying to figure out the choice of tire to run. And any tire that anybody runs on a comp was there. And let's just put it this way. The lowest score was 291.
Oh, wow.
Not in Sorka. Yeah.
Wow.
And I ended up with 303. I ended up placing 4th out of 15 drivers. which I was surprised that I made it that far.
Very good.
It was a good time.
Good job.
We got to watch the guy put a plane up in the air and almost lose it. I mean, we watched it go up, and it kept going up and further away, and he finally got it back. By the time he got it back, the battery had enough just for him to drop it on the ground.
Nice. Welcome, Brian, and good evening, Altered RC. How's it going?
Good evening. Welcome.
Oh yeah, I've never been in one of your lives before, but just so you know, I have 3 monitors in front of me. So if you see me looking around all sorts of places, it's all the different monitors that I'm on.
It's all good. I have 2, so I understand. I have one to my right and the one in my laptop in front of me, so totally get it. You ready for some testing, Brian?
Yeah, I think so.
Very nice.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, Brian? Anything good?
Hanging out.
He's getting ready for a race on Monday.
No feedback.
No prep? Nice.
Yeah.
He's the reason for my newest build, so.
Are you doing the Evader?
So before we know it, no, actually, I'm not doing the Evader. My Helion Centurion buggy is now becoming my my drag build.
What's up, Kevin?
Good evening, Kevin Gibbs. How's it going?
Hello, welcome.
I guess
Kevin,
I
what's
can't
going
go
on,
through
buddy?
YouTube. I went through YouTube. That's why I guess it was feeding back.
No, you got to go right through StreamYard
StreamYard.
because
Yeah.
it'll give you a back feed.
Yeah, that's what it was doing.
So what's everybody got that they're working on? I know Gabe's got his Glamis out and was giving us an update on his Wraith build that he's got going on. Dennis, you got anything that you're working on this weekend?
I'm going to work on the Rift, but I'm waiting for Diff Horizon. I took it out. Was it Monday? I put a sway bar on it and took it outside, ran it up and down a couple times, turned around, and the next thing I know is the diff gears and the differ blown apart.
Oh, okay.
So I'm waiting for those. Everything else is much ready to go. I left my comp rig out in the truck so the mud will dry. I'll get that out tomorrow, bang all the dirt off, and get it ready for Monday to go crawling.
Oh, y'all going out on Monday for a crawl?
Barbecue. Yeah, we're going to go over to Nelson's Ledges to map out some more trail.
Nice. Yeah.
Once
Barbecue,
we get the
I'm
trail
lucky.
mapped out, then once we
I'm
get
lucky I
trails
don't
mapped out, Jared's got some markers that we're going to use.
Okay. Very nice.
I actually got 100 more of them today. The ones I ordered from China, and instead of them being hard plastic on the bottom, they've
Right.
actually got the soft foam all the way down on the edges, so they might stick a little bit better on the rock. I think I'm grabbing
All right,
some-
good.
Well, I'm grabbing other supplies here to wrench on this chassis.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about any skeeters up in
I
North
just have to
Florida
go buy some. Yeah, nothing here yet. It went from 86 degrees the other day down to 2.
You kill all them
We
things,
got
man.
52 in rain.
Yeah, it dropped down to the 50s here. It was in the 90s most of the week. And then this morning it was low 50s.
We got lots of rain down here. Them chiggers are out, and I'm covered with them things.
Well, it's dry over here.
We've been getting rain every night, Basherboi. Every
You
night.
guys
We
are
had a
probably
big storm last
Send it
night.
over here, man.
Yeah, I
need some of
wish.
that rain. Send it over here.
My lawn is about as tall as my knees, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's been nice and muggy and hot here, just the way I like it.
I prefer the dry weather than humidity. I can't deal with humidity.
Yeah, it gets humid down here after it rains. I hate the humid.
It's humid here every day.
Yeah, here in
Yeah.
Florida, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's like in Connecticut, it's humid too. It's like 100% humidity. It's like, oh man.
But pretty much born and raised in it, so I don't know anything any different.
I figured out what was wrong with my Stampede. The motor shaft. I guess there's a bearing in the motor, and it went out, and it was wiggling so bad. It was just the spur gear would hit and then not hit, and then hit and then not hit.
Wow. So did you replace the bearing?
I just replaced the whole motor. That was a third motor I got the regular stock motor, the Traxxas one, but I replaced it. Oh, what did I put? A hot motor. What was, I forget who makes that. It's not a Traxxas one anymore.
I'm not sure. Hey, Kevin, I'm sorry I can't agree with you there. I don't like it to get below 60 personally. I'd take 80 plus degree weather every day all year long if I had my choice. And probably choose that HPI motor.
Yeah, let me go see what that is real quick. I'll be back in a second. I can find my mouse.
So Brian, do you have your is it all ready for testing, or you got any work left to do?
The pink car is ready, the VXL car. The Outlaw car is still in pieces on the bench. Because, instead of, putting it together today while I had plenty of time, like doing the right thing and rushing it last minute.
I work better under pressure personally. So I know Brian knows this because me and him were discussing it. But I found it interesting that 1320 Video, which I follow on YouTube because I'm in the cars, regular cars, they're actually covering RC drag racing in was it Oklahoma this weekend? I found that they've got quite a bit of coverage on their Instagram and YouTube and Facebook pages, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, they've got a lot of attention going on. I guess since it's so close to the real Street Outlaw home base.
Yeah.
Supposedly some of those guys are stopping by and checking it out. Which Tim Smith has been buddies with Big Chief and kind of got him into it early. So.
Hey, Bulgar RC, welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, it seems like 1320's been impressed by what they've seen so far with the RC no prep.
It's a Arma. That's what the motor is. An Arma hot motor, it says on it. 12 turn.
I don't know much about Arma motors.
Yeah, I just went to the hobby shop and they said I don't want the stock Traxxas motor in there anymore. So he said use this one. Okay.
I still got my stock Traxxas motor in my TRX4.
I wasted 3 of them in the Stampede. I got a huge rock in here.
I've had good success, and if I'm not mistaken, too, I think Brian's the one who told me that some guys run the Traxxas motor. I think in RC drag racing.
The size of that rock.
That's a good size rock.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I got a shield on here too, a screen I made. I put a screen on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a like a box stock type class that in some areas that do run the 12 turn brush motors.
I think I have a couple of them. So I may experiment with that also. We'll see.
They were talking about that on the practice live stream last night. John Schultz said that the best thing to do to the Traxxas motor, since they're so cheap, like if you run a box stock class like the Slash class, go buy a motor every race, break it in, do the water break in, oil the bearings and everything, run the qualifiers and the main heat and whatever you got going that weekend. On Monday, go buy the same motor again and do it all again.
Interesting.
Well, back on my phone. Go back to my phone. My laptop lost connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think you'd be able to get a little bit more out of those motors. You would think, but
Yeah.
I'm sure some of those guys have got extreme testing, so they probably got some data.
Well, they run the fastest right before they die, right?
Oh yeah,
Same thing about real motors too.
yeah.
They always run their best right before they let go.
You guys ever see that channel? I think it's called Clutch Dumper or something like that. The guy, I guess he owns a junkyard, and he takes these cars and he revs them up, and then drops them in drive. Man, it's like bam, bam, everything blows up on them, and it's cool.
That's interesting. I don't think I've seen it, but it sounds fun.
Yeah. I think he's in New York too. It's like junkyard is really weird place.
Interesting. Sounds like something would be fun.
So, John, what are you working on?
What am I working on?
Yeah, besides that no prep build. Anything?
I've got some new foams to install on the front of my Predator. Try some CI foams for the front. I need to install and do some testing. And I got a new servo for the TRX6. Not TRX6, God, listen to me, but my Axial 6x6.
Are they not making them anymore? The Axial 6x6s?
I'm not sure.
I thought they were going to discontinue it along with the Unimog itself.
I know I heard of the Unimog being discontinued, but I hadn't heard for certain that the 6x6 was.
If you can get either one of them, I'd get them as quick as you can if you want them. Because I'm sure they'll discontinue both of them here soon.
Yeah.
From what I understand, they're supposed to be doing a new release at AxioFest.
I wonder if it's going to be a drag car.
Seems to be a lot of those coming out right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not another SPX10. Hopefully, it's something a little bit more user friendly, where you're not going to be dumping a lot of money into it right now.
Yeah, I agree.
What's this money thing you speak of? I don't have money. I just have RC cars.
I heard that.
I like the way. Yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, that Wonder Bread car you sent me the picture of is actually running right now.
Oh, that one that pulled the 1.782.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. I felt like that time was pretty impressive. At least what I know of it.
Yeah. They were expecting like 1.8 and 1.9s to be the fast times. So yeah, that's moving.
Sure.
Hey, gentlemen, can you guys hear me okay?
Are you good, Gabe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Duckman is just going to go visit his cousin Shady to put your air conditioner in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm waiting for my Jeep Cherokee to come in, the hard body. It ain't going to be until next month.
Where did you get it from?
Amazon.
Where's
I
it
should have
coming
got it from, I don't know. I should have got it from where Sean said, because he said his comes in a couple, 3 or 4 days. I'm like, damn. It's probably coming from China.
We gotta watch on Amazon. Some of that stuff you can find the same exact item from 5 different people for different prices and different speeds.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I checked. I checked different prices. I got the cheapest price, but I didn't
So
see
while
about
you're
the
shipping.
Yeah, 0 shipping. Yeah, I know it's like $20, but it's $50 for shipping.
That's like some of the supplies I bought to do this chassis that I'm working on. It's like $15 for the part, but $35 to ship it because you can only buy it in a 5-foot long piece.
So, Gabe, you got any plans for the Glamis?
Well, actually, this is the Glamis I sent on tour.
I thought so.
Yeah. So I sent it on tour. Fortunately, if I use this car, the only problem I have with this is that parts are almost impossible to get since Valterra is no longer a company. So yeah, and then most of the parts it's already discontinued. So this thing is a paperweight now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I remember that tour.
So
Yeah, I remember when Bull Gear had it and Adventure Time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember Adventure Time having it.
yeah. Brent went to town with it. He actually he did amazing with it. And then Bull Gear, he was actually Bull Gear travels for work. He took it to Arizona, and he went to town with it, man. He actually did like amazing dust clouds with this thing, and it was pretty good footage, So, but at the time I had the parts and stuff, and now it's like I still have parts for it, but I kind of cringe, if I break it. So yeah, I guess I just sit for the looks now.
Yeah, that's what's keeping me from running my original SCX10. Parts are hard to find.
Yeah.
It's okay, Bash.
So
You
the
got 15
SCX10, I mean the SCX10 2, wouldn't it be somewhat compatible in a sense?
Some parts. Like
Some parts, huh? Yeah.
it's been sitting in that state for 3 years. It barely gets driven because I don't want to break anything on it. It's still the original RTR version, with a few things done here and there, bead locks, lights, the body has been dipped, a couple little changes here and there to it, but other than that, everything else is pretty much stock servo, speed control motor. That was the Falcon G6 Rubicon. That's the one I did that custom hydro dip on.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I like them bodies. They're all open. You can see the interior and everything.
Yeah, it did take one fall and it pushed the roll bar through the fake floor up on the corner by the hood. And I just don't want to take a chance of tearing it up anymore.
Yeah. I know the transmission gears are the same because I got Axial, the first gen, and I put in the Axial SCX10 too.
Now, do you have the gray transmission or the black transmission?
Gray.
Yeah, those two they'll take the same gear set. If you have the black transmission, it won't.
Yeah.
Now, I can get the transmission and the gear for the original 3-gear transmission, but I just don't want to go through all that and have a problem trying to find stuff if something goes wrong again. Sean tells me I have show tunes. I have one, and that's it.
Well, Basherboi has what, 59 more RCs he can play with?
Yeah. I still have a big collection. That's right.
So,
But yeah, so look, this vehicle, I mean, I can still run it. I can slap on a battery and take it. But the only thing is, I really, really have to watch, the dial and take it easy. Because if I break this, it will be devastating, actually. Because it did come from the tour. It did come back, one piece. Okay, so that was a huge accomplishment on my end. And yeah, I just want to preserve it now.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin Gibbs says, "Yeah, I'm an RC hoarder." Yeah, I'll admit to that. But gentlemen, I think I may become the next Jay Leno of RCs. I'll tell you that.
I can see that.
And I have to run YouTube on my laptop just so I can see comments. Barbecue driving Miss Daisy Glamis. I heard somebody on fast forward over there.
Yeah. I need to stay off the internet. I keep ordering stuff.
Yeah.
Stay away
I've got
from
that same problem too, man.
Jared. Are those the stand ladders? Jared?
Barbecue.
Let's see. See if yeah. Nice. Looks like sand ladders.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing those for the June 13th event.
Okay.
Took the 11 Charlie RC for Veterans logo and printing them into it.
Oh, very nice.
And we'll either spray the whole thing with some paint and wipe the lettering off, or just paint pen all the lettering so you can see it.
Well, he's printing in yellow, so if you did like black and wipe the lettering off, like you were saying, that would be like the shirt. So that'd be sort of cool.
Yeah. Well, Jared, so I'm taking some of those yellow ones.
That's a cool idea. I like it.
I got my rope from Green Frog in the mail the other day. He sent me a tow rope that he made.
Nice.
Yeah, that finally came. The envelope was destroyed because of U.S. Postal. They suck. And I got 2 of his Green
cool.
Frog logos.
That's cool.
I got to get to a whole bunch of cutting on vinyl. I got to get some stuff cut out and get ready for the event. I've only got 2 weeks now.
Yep, you're getting close.
Yep, Javier sending me a package along with the shirt and banner. Because the people that I reached out to haven't reached back to me for anything, so hopefully he's cleaning off the one shelf where he's got all the chargers that he's not giving to the veterans. Get a couple of chargers out for him, raffle those off, and got a set of tires. Going to have body, probably some motors from UGRC, and maybe even a Predator chassis.
Nice. I'm waiting on him to finish his testing on that new transmission he's got.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard anything yet. He usually PMs me as soon as he's done breaking something.
Yeah, I know he did some testing last weekend with it. He said it went good, but he had to do something 3D CAD or something. So I'm interested in that transmission. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a skid from him for the prototype chassis I got. So once I get the skid, I can start building that. And then I'll probably do a chassis for an axle mounted servo if I can't get a panhard mount.
Gotcha.
We'll figure it out. I always do.
Yep. Always some options out there.
Oh yeah. One way or another, I'll get it.
Yep. So what chassis, Jared, is that you're working on?
Can't hear you.
That must be the 3D printer. It's making that noise.
Oh, he's got too much stuff going.
Nice.
It's like I hear something, but it sounds like a cartoon. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
almost like it's on fast
his
forward.
name is Time Warp. Yeah,
There
his
you
name
go.
is Time Warp. So that,
There we go.
definitely flexing that ability.
Yeah, that's better.
There you go.
For some odd reason, I was trying to use the camera mic instead of my actual microphone. So.
Okay.
Yeah, you were
So,
sounding like
it's a
Alvin and the
custom chassis
Chipmunks, man.
I'm working
What's it based off
on.
of?
It's a Strat 10.2.
Okay.
Basically, actually, if you look right now, I have my own skid for it, but it's a 10.2 skid currently sitting in the chassis rails right now.
Okay.
And then 10.2 axle, custom mount for the steering servo and winch servo with
Okay.
that new No Superior Designs micro winch that they have.
Yep. Nice.
It's a work in progress. And then I order stuff, and then FedEx loses it, and then I wait 2 more weeks for custom parts to come in again because, yay, FedEx.
Yep. Never ending cycle.
And I really like my supplier, but they only ship with FedEx, so I don't really want to give up on them for something as bad as the shipping company that they use.
Gotcha.
Am I going to be able to use the original STS 10 skid on that chassis, Jared?
You can, if you want. If you're wanting to run it in Class 1, no. But if you're building it as a Class 2, yes.
Yeah, Class 2. I don't do anything small tires.
Come on, small tire can be fun.
Because as much of a belly dragger as it is, with the chassis from the chassis to the rise in the chassis is 49.994 millimeters, just shy of the 50.8 millimeter you're allowed to be. So if you run the stock skid, the skid hangs too low and throws you out of Class 1. But if you run the custom skid that I built for it, you're good.
Now, the custom skid that you built for it, that'll take the 10.2 training, right?
Yes, right now it takes the 10.2 training. I'm working on a second. Well, it'll also take, what I'm planning on putting in it is the Stealth X. Because the Stealth X and the 10.2 training have the same bolt pattern.
All right, well, I'll take the skid, the chassis, and the panhard.
And then I'm working on some things with the skid to make it a little better. Trying something a little different. New silent board in that 3D printer keeps scaring me because I keep thinking it's done printing, but now it's just back there being silent.
That thing's really quiet.
It's the Creality that they kickstarted, the CR6SE. It's got auto bed leveling. It's got the silent board. It's pretty nice for what it is.
Very nice.
Did anybody see that 3D printer that Hemi Storm is giving away?
No.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but he's given 3 of them away to any subs that will go to the manufacturer's page and post a picture of their truck with any 3D printed parts saying that they want to improve the look of their truck. And let's just say it's 30 by 24 by 30. And it comes with its own PC. It's a $3,900 printer.
I don't know where I would put that thing if you can't tell the wonderful amount of room I got behind me.
I don't have any room for a little cube print.
I got this piece right here that's a fun little toy that takes up a lot of real estate. and all it does is laser cuts 8-inch by 12-inch pieces.
Yeah, my 3D printer is fairly loud, but it does what I need.
And I was amazed by this thing. I've had it sitting on the shelf and stuff like that, and I was one of the first batches of them that had some problems. So I had got some parts and stuff like that for it, and they'd been sitting, and finally today I'm like, I'm going to tinker with it and put it all together, because when they originally came out, the switches were bad and catching fire. There was a spot on the board that you had to coat to keep it from shorting out on the case, and a couple little mods that you had to make to keep it from catching fire. That was later fixed in the ones that they're sending out now, but the originals that we got had some issues. So I decided to fix all that. This thing's been sitting here for over a year, just waiting for me to tinker with it, because I've got 2 more Ender 3s that I'm like, yeah, it's no big deal. I've got 2 other printers. And then I broke the bed on my one printer yesterday, so I'm like, I'll fire it up today. This thing is amazing. Auto bed leveling and silent. I don't know why I didn't switch to these sooner.
Right. I'm still getting feet wet in 3D printing.
You're getting feedback, John.
I think that's somebody else's.
No, I think it's just the connection in general, because I've been lagging this whole time.
Me being on my phone, I haven't had any lag, but on my laptop, I was getting all kinds of it.
Yeah.
Basherboi, I got a question. Is that Glamazon?
Sure.
Is the Glamazon the name of your car, or did you name it that car? Did you name it Glamazon?
No, that's the name of the model.
Name of the
Glamis
model, okay.
is actually named. Yeah, it's named after Glamis, California. The big old dunes over there, Glamis, California.
So what is it, a Traxxas?
Or
I know it's not a Traxxas, but what is it?
it's Vatera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a Vatera Glamis Sphere. So the Glamis is just the model, and then just the Fear and the Uno. I mean, I do have the Uno as well. They're similar too, but this is a 4-seater buggy. You can see 4 seats, and the Uno is just a 1-seater. So that's just the difference. But the Uno and the Fear is just pretty much the same layout.
Are they same motor and transmission and stuff like that?
Yeah. Actually, even the rear, it's pretty much the same. From the Uno and the Fear, it's the same thing. The only thing is the Fear is more plastic, and actually it feels a bit more heavier. And the Uno is metal, but still, even if it's metal, it's a much lighter chassis.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can pull my Uno out if you want me to really do a comparison to you guys. So if you really want to get me into detail, I can.
Doesn't matter to me. I was just curious. I mean, they're basically the same, but slightly different sizes, I guess. Basically.
Yeah. That let's do this. Let me just get it, and we can talk about it briefly. Why not? Give me a second, guys.
All right.
So, John, who wound up getting those links that you printed for the SCX-24?
They're going to Trail Critter.
Oh, okay. Jake.
Yep. Yeah, we I think on one of the live streams, I think he was on, or maybe it was one. No, it was one of the 11 Charlie ones I was on, and I don't know, it somehow came up, and I asked him because he was showing his 24, and I asked him if he wanted links, and so we ended up connecting, and and they're doing.
Yeah, hopefully by September they have the border open so those guys can come down out of Canada.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see a lot of you guys come out in September for that poker run.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, that one I'm going to add 3 more courses to it, so it'll have either 8 or 9 courses instead of just 5 or 6.
Okay.
You'll actually wind up with 4 extra cards in your hand that you can either choose to keep or throw away.
So how long roughly are you expecting it to take? I'm just curious. Doesn't matter to me, but
we started last year at 10 o'clock and we were done by 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay. That's not bad at all.
No, and that was with 46 drivers taking the time.
Man.
You know, of course, one of the 46 was Sean driving 2 trucks.
Yeah.
But
sounds like my TRX should be a good rig for that, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even your Predator would be a good truck for it.
Yeah, I was just thinking with the TRX, I got the 2-speed, so anywhere I can go a little faster, I can speed it up.
There you go. Yeah, shift into high gear and make it to the next one.
Yep, exactly.
And we're not going to add any water to this one this year. We had a spot where we had to run through the creek to get up another part of the course where I was sitting, which was the last part. And all it did was just made the climb harder for everybody. And, you know, a lot of guys, they just sat there and backed through the water and smoked some electronics. A couple of guys burned some motors out. A couple batteries went, but
yeah, I mean, when I come up, I'm going to bring quite a few rigs. I mean, I'll probably bring my Predator and 6x6 and Element as well. So I'll be bringing a few rigs.
Yeah, because September it still stays light until about 8 or 8:30.
Yep.
So, you know, afterwards we can still all go back out and just do a trail run and do some good crawling and, you know, see who can pull the dumbest lines.
Yep.
Crazy like me and Nick and spend from 10 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night up there.
Yeah.
Plus, I'll probably do like I did with Stone Mountain and make I'll make the most out of my trip. Probably hit some other places between Florida and there. So.
Right.
Well, if you come through Alabama, you got to check out Cherokee.
Yes, I definitely got to get there.
You got your GoPro issues figured out?
Not even messing with the GoPro.
You lose all that stuff, man.
I'm so over that damn GoPro. I mean, it takes great video, but I have lost so much footage with that thing in the short period of time that I've had it.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
You know what I just thought of, John? The 12th, that Saturday, there's actually a comp that some of the guys that are going to be there Sunday are holding.
Oh, yeah?
If you're going to be in town Saturday, can hit that up together.
Oh, yeah, more than likely. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Crash King, how's it going? Yeah, I'll probably more than likely. John Martin, how's it going? I will more than likely come up probably like I'll either leave Thursday and split my drive going up, you know, maybe hit somewhere on the way and be there Friday afternoon, or I'll drive up Friday and still be there Friday afternoon.
Right.
And probably not leave till Monday or maybe even Tuesday, depending.
I'm going to do a Google search to see if there's any hotels close by, you know, within a 20 minutes or a half-hour drive, which isn't too bad for where it's at. And I'll post that up so
Yeah.
everybody can see that. There's been a few guys asking if there's been any hotels around that they can go to.
Yeah, definitely.
I know Wayne and Sean. Wayne stayed in Youngstown over by his mom's, and Sean stayed not too far away from Nelson's Ledges itself.
So I'm actually doing a search as we speak, based on the zip code.
Yeah, it's Garrettsburg, Ohio.
Yep, 44231. See what pulls up.
Oh, John Martin's on his way to Scranton, PA. He's still got 70 miles till he hits Cleveland.
Scranton. Okay. So there's definitely there's a Hampton Inn about 15 miles away.
All right, I'm back,
Looks like.
gentlemen.
So let me highlight the.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can hear you just good.
Okay, so this is the Uno. As you can see, you can do a comparison, just here to there. Well,
I like the Uno.
if you even put them
Yeah,
together,
Looks like it's longer than the Glamis
it's the
fan.
same thing. The only thing is, so this is a
Same
one-seater. That's a 4.
A little narrow.
And then, yeah, and then see the back. You put them back to back. It's the same thing.
Can you still get the Uno?
No, but Terra's no longer a company.
Yeah, I didn't know. So
Yep.
I like the Uno.
So it's a,
Yeah, I
yeah,
like
and
the,
that's a beast. Huh?
Yeah, that's a cool looking car.
and they're both brushed, aren't they?
So. What's that? I'm sorry.
Gabe, they both run a brush system in them, correct?
Oh man,
They're
I'm
not
cutting
brushless?
off.
They're not brushless, are they?
Yes, they are.
They are brushless.
Yeah, so when you would purchase, so a lot of people would complain about the price on this thing. Roughly, they were about like $350, almost $400, just for a two-wheel drive. But the benefit of buying one of these, you would actually get a brushless system, ESCN motor. I think the motor was a 3000 kV motor, something like that. And you would also get a LiPo battery with it. So this thing was a truly ready-to-run vehicle.
Nice.
And then also even came with a charger. So you would get the charger, a battery, and then also batteries for the remote. And all you had to do was just charge your battery, plug and play. Okay, so
Very nice.
nowadays, if you're in the market for a vehicle, and if you want to go LiPo, you would have to buy that separately. And I know at the time, the battery wasn't that great, but it was a LiPo battery,
Right.
And both of these vehicles, if you would purchase one at the time, it would come really, really completely ready to run. So,
I mean, what other vehicles that we know of came ready to run with a LiPo battery?
None.
yeah.
Exactly, except for your cheap hellboxing RCs, but that's not quite the same.
Yeah, then when you would purchase this, it was a LiPo battery, the charger with the battery, and batteries for your remote. Completely ready to run. Just plug and play.
Yeah, and now you have the.
A lot of people.
Go ahead, Gabe.
Sorry.
Yeah, and a lot of people would complain about, it's because the price and this and that and blah blah. And technically, if you look at it, if this vehicle wouldn't have come the way it was set up, truly ready to run, But yeah, I mean the price would kind of be a little bit too high. But see, this vehicle did come truly ready to run. You needed nothing, just charge the battery up a bit, and off you go.
And now when you go to buy some stuff, they give
And
you
then
an
another cool
option.
thing about both of these cars is there is some engineering, on the transmission. When you actually floor this vehicle, both of the wheels are actually spinning. No matter how, if you make a left or a right or a left, both of these wheels, they truly, truly spin. And what I'm saying is, this vehicle has a lot of control, going in a straight line. So I guess that's why it was highly enjoyable for me, because if like right now, I can be cocky and say, yeah, bring me your 4-wheel drive. Let's see how it goes. And I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna beat it, but this vehicle is so easy to control. Like most likely, I won't spin out. And of course, if the tires were worn out, and that's pretty much how I sent it, on tour, the Glamisphere that is. Yeah, if you wear out the tires, like yeah, you will spin out. But if the tires have plenty of tread, well, yeah, I mean it would stick. So this vehicle, yeah, man. Unfortunately, Viterra, they discontinued. Well, obviously, Viterra itself just went under. But when Viterra was actually, a good company, this is one of the first models, because the Uno came first, and then the Fear came next. And I was fortunate enough to get the Fear first, and then the Uno. And man, I mean, all of their models, they were amazing. So it's, to me as a Viterra fan, it is truly devastating, to see a company just go out down under.
Did they make them
but hey,
72 truck? Them
oh well.
72 Chevy yellow trucks too? The Viterra, or am I
What's that? I'm sorry.
totally that?
Yeah, they made a '72 Chevy truck in a 10th scale.
Rock crawler, right?
You could
Yeah,
probably use the
I own
body.
that. Yeah, the Ascender.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I thought the
it's a
Ascender was a
Ascender,
Suburban.
All this, yeah, the 72 one yellow.
Yeah, that's the Ascender.
Yeah, they went with the Ford Bronco. They had the Blazer, an '80s Blazer. They went with a V, like the '68 Ford truck. It was in orange and white. And the '72. So, yeah. Sean, you had him started.
Bites.
Yeah. This is to me, if you ask me what are your favorite vehicles, you're looking at them right here. This is what I used on a daily basis. Me and a buddy of mine. I do have his Uno, because obviously he got married, he retired from our RC, and I didn't say I'm gonna keep it, but he told me just to keep it here with my fleet. But technically it's his. So I have his Uno, and then this is my Uno. So I have two Unos, and I have 3 Fears, including the one that you see there. Well, the one in the back there. So yeah, that's how much I love these cars. Yeah. And yeah, and Sean's saying that the Uno beat the Glamis, and yeah, I mean, the blink of an eye. All it is this thing is just more agile, because it's less heavy, and it does feel a lot more agile. So that's a true advantage of this chassis. So and again, if I would put this against a Slash or Arma, whatever, yeah, man, this thing will keep up. This thing is a beast.
Do you know what kind of top
So
speed it's
hopefully,
got?
so look, we've messed with spurs and pinions. Obviously, Robinson Racing, made the hardened steel spur and pinion. On a 3S LiPo, my guess, it should probably be like in the high 50s. probably
Oh,
close
wow.
to like 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And depending on what type of LiPo you slap on there. But yeah, this little bugger, yeah, it hauls ass, and especially on the sand, this thing is a true definition of if you ever want to get sand blasted, stand right behind it, and it will sandblast you, and it hurts.
Especially with those
It hurts.
tires.
Yeah, and see, these are the so Vatera did sell them optional. You would just buy them separately. But the wheels, as you can see, the chrome wheels would go on the Uno, and then the black wheels would go. I'm sorry, the chrome wheels would go on a Fear. The black wheels would go on the Uno. But still, they're universal. You can just put them in either one. So, I mean, I just had some paddles, and yes, I do have paddles on chrome wheels and paddles on black wheel. And yeah, this is just pretty much a universal vehicle, but the one's a one-seater, and then the other one is a four. Sorry. So,
I like it.
yeah, they're awesome, man. And thanks for showcasing me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh. Learned a little something, but I like it. I like the Uno especially.
Yeah, and then if you want to see so Vatera RC had his own, and they still do have their own YouTube channel. If you're curious of Vatera in general, you can check out their lineup, man. It was an amazing lineup. Not also they also did short course trucks. It was a trophy truck. They did a Ford Raptor, and then they also made their own monster truck. It was the Vatera Helix. It was kind of like, I'm not gonna say it looked like an X-Max per se in size, but it was it was a monster truck in that area. And then Vatera did these the Glamis. And again, Glamis comes from the desert from California. Glamis, California. That's where these models are made from. And this one's the one that one's a Fear. And then also Vatera made the so Vatera called it the Kalahari. And most of all my YouTube friends, they say it's the ugliest RC you've ever seen, right? So Vatera made that one. It's called the Kalahari, and then Losi took over, and then they just called it the Desert Truck. It was like a 1/14 scale, and it's based off of the Losi Mini 8. And then of course the Vatera V100s, all of the on roads. And even at the time, man, they were really, really nice on roads. Now they're becoming Losis, the Camaros and stuff. So, but that was a Vatera vehicle. So, but yeah, and then also their crawlers still, amazing platform.
It looks like they made a lot of stuff. It's went out of business. That sucks.
Well, not that they went out of business. It's just there was a controversy, man, and it was just a company that starts with a T and ends with Axis. Their beef there was so when the Twin Hammers came out, apparently, according to Traxxas, that the cantilever, how the Twin Hammers had the shocks mounted up here, up on the top, and they work as a cantilever shock mount. According to Traxxas, that was their own patent trademark. So that's the reason why they got sued. And I really don't know what happened there, but when I was told that Vatera was getting sued, I did see a downfall, and I guess continuing to become a better brand. So if I have somebody to blame, yes. But then again, man, by the end of the day, it's all RC. But that's what I heard from my end. So,
your sources.
And then so even the Twin Hammers, yeah, the Twin Hammers, I own it myself. It's a great car, great vehicle. But that was a car, I guess, that was controversial. But yeah, so. So there you go. The more you know about Vatera. It was Vatera night tonight.
So Jared, how those sand ladders coming? Are they still going?
They're still going. It's a 2-hour print.
Ah,
I printed them with a little bit better quality. I didn't push them as hard as I push other things sometimes across it.
are you doing a pause and filament change or no?
No. Because the way I started laying it out, I brought the ramps up to the lettering and then used the lettering as the texture. So if I were to do the pause, it would not, the ramp would just change color halfway up.
Gotcha. Looks like we're going to be painting.
Yeah.
How many of them you going to print out?
That's a really good question. I have done some crazy production stuff before, and I will basically, once I know that the file is running good and I can trust the printer, basically I get up in the morning, take a batch off, push start, walk out the door. When I get home from work, I pull that batch off, push start. After dinner, when I remember to come back in here, I pull another batch off, push start again. Before I go to bed, start another batch, and when I get up in the morning, pull them off and do it all over again. And that's how I made like 500 of those little mask strap things back whenever we were making these.
Now, how many of those do you have when we're not going to need them?
I have a lot of them still. I think I probably still have 100 of them. Yeah, there's just a few of them. So, probably not making 100 of them. But
What do you think? Maybe 30 or 40? Maybe.
probably. We'll see what they look like, and then maybe do a couple different colors and stuff like that too, because I've got 8 or 9 different colors over there that we can do them in. So,
Well, I definitely want 2 sets of the yellow.
okay. This is that safety yellow, the fluorescent yellow.
That's fine.
And
If
then
you wanted, I was gonna say, if you wanted to send me the file, I can try to print some in gray. That's all I have is gray.
yeah, I'm running this batch. There's a weird defect on the one edge. I think I went too thin on the design a little bit, trying to make it come up smoothly. So I'm going to see how these look on the end. I think 0.5 millimeter was a little too thin to make the first layer of the step. But
I mean, a 1 millimeter step up isn't going to hurt anything.
yeah. Where did my other ones that I just had go that I had printed in the past?
See, he's got too much shit laying around.
Yep. Way too much. But I was sitting here and I'm like, so this is where the robot part comes from. 150 gram combat robot. That's just laying here. That's always safe just to randomly find laying around.
John, no comps this weekend.
No, we haven't had any now for. Actually, the last comp I competed in was the Fur Baby comp. Crash King, take it easy. Thanks for stopping in.
Later.
But yeah, nothing local. Local group hasn't done anything in a month or so.
I'm surprised Joe hasn't had anything going.
Yeah, no, I hadn't heard from him. He's been quiet. I'm sure something will pop up in the next week or two.
What about over at Barbarian? They got anything going on?
No. Which, I mean, typically if there's something at Barbarian, Joe's, doing it. I mean, so
Oh, okay.
he it's not his place, but he sort of usually runs the comp part of it typically. So, but yeah, no, there hasn't been anything. But I sort of wish there had been something this weekend. It would have been nice to have gotten out and been in another comp. I can stay fresh with the rig.
Right.
That would have made me been more on my game as far as installing the new CI foams. I've had them for a week and they're just sitting on the workbench waiting for me to install them and test them. That's going to be my goal for tomorrow. At least get them installed.
Right. I've seen somebody posted about the dual stage foams and using those sponge ribbons for women's hair for foams.
I hadn't heard about that. That's interesting.
The hair buns?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that they're just like a dual stage foam. Once they get in there, they compress really hard.
Interesting. I mean, the biggest thing I'm fighting right now is because of the weight of my rig. It's pretty much on the light side. I mean, it's under 5 pounds. So, I'm finding like what works well on my V1 Gen 8 and even my TRX4 and stuff. Just it's totally different for foams on this lighter rig. So, I did vent the tires or the rims here recently, and that made a big difference. But I think I just need a little bit softer in the front, so I'm trying these CI foams. I got the idea from Joe. It's the same foams that he runs in his super light V1 and V2, basically. So we'll see how they perform.
Yeah, I haven't experimented with any foams yet on mine. I'm running whatever foams come with the tires, which so far I've been lucky. I haven't had the sidewalls roll on them. I ran the Scorpios today, which have a nice stiff foam for what they are, and the sidewall didn't fold at all. The tires don't do well in mud, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I pretty much do as you do. Like I typically run the foams that come with the tires. Typically speaking, like I really like those Traxxas Canyon Trail tires and the foams that come with them. I've had them in the ones on my V1 Gen 8 for close to 2 years, I think. And running it at Stone Mountain up the mountain, I just started noticing. I think the foams have started to wear in too much, particularly on the front. So the tires were starting to fall over a little bit in turn. So I'm probably going to end up trying something, maybe a dual stage on the front of it. The back seemed okay. It was just the front. But on my TRX4, I'm running the same tires with the factory foams, and they're sealed, so they're glued, and they work really well on that rig.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be my next. Those foams on my tires are
I didn't
bad.
realize the trail canyons were directional until today.
Yep, they are. Yes, they are. I now have how many of those I have? I have the 4 that came on my Blazer, the 4 I bought from my Gen 1 V8 or Gen 1 V1 Gen 8, and then I have the 6 that are on my 6x6. So I really like those. Those are a really good tire. Especially if you remove some nubs on them. That really makes a difference.
Oh, yeah. Cut them, yeah.
Yep. So.
I had a couple guys tell me to cut my flat irons. I just can't bring myself to cut them.
But yeah, with venting the wheels on the Predator with the landmines, that really helped those a lot. Made me want to actually run them in competition, where before I didn't like them in competition. I had to go back to the canyon trails. But yeah, the difference the weight of a vehicle really makes when it comes to foams is amazing.
Right. It doesn't look like that thing's printing too slow.
It's moving along.
Oh, I see the steel rain. Oh, I can start seeing the lettering pretty good now.
Yeah, the lettering's coming in. The lettering, so what was that? They're 4 millimeter total thickness, and the lettering is 2.8 millimeters of it
Okay.
in this current design. But for some odd reason on the right edge of the screen there, you can see where it's feathering onto the table.
Yeah, it looks like it's melting.
I don't know if it under extruded or something, because this was a brand new printer that I just put filament in, and maybe I didn't feed it long enough to get it going, because that edge definitely looks shorter than the other edge, or what's going on with it. When I start running, I'll auto level it and press go again.
And what do you use on your bed to get the print to stick?
Nothing.
Really?
It's Creality has a custom coating on their glass beds.
Okay.
That is like something that they do.
Okay.
Proprietary to them. And honestly, my one printer I've had for almost 2 years ran 4 rolls of filament through it. And I finally had to replace the bed yesterday because I printed a large item that had a lot of surface contact, and I ripped up a chunk of that coating off the glass bed. But it was a $20 glass bed. Amazon said they'd have it here in 2 days. It arrived. I literally ordered it Friday, and it was here today. Like, I ordered it Friday afternoon, and it was here this morning. So
yeah, cool.
And it was like $20, so you can't really beat it for $20 if you break one.
No, not at all. Cool.
But prior to this one, I was running with a glass bed. I would just use the good old Elmer's glue stick.
Yep. I got a couple of those.
Yep.
What do you do? Put that stuff on it first?
Just a little coat of it, let it set for a couple seconds, and push go.
Yep.
And then once you get too much of a buildup on there, once you get a good buildup and base of it, what you can usually do is just come in with a damp paper towel, wipe it a little bit, heat the bed up a little bit extra to dry it, and then cool it back down and print on it again.
I usually print 2, sometimes 3 times after I've coated it, and then I actually will completely clean it off, dry it, and then recoat.
I have a really old friend sitting up on top of a shelf in here because it broke, but I have a knockoff of a knockoff. I have a wooden FlashForge Creator clone, which the FlashForge Creator was a clone of the MakerBot. So I have a clone of a clone from back in, I think I bought that printer back in 2011. And some parts finally broke on it, and now it's just a paperweight sitting up on a shelf.
Yeah, mine's a FlashForge.
You've been printing for a long time, huh? Time Warp.
Yeah, I got into it whenever I was out in Vegas about 2011. I started 3D printing stuff.
Have a good one, Kevin Gibbs. Thanks for stopping in.
So, well, at this current point, up and running printers, I have 4 running printers and 3 of them that I'm working on fixing. So, I have a small collection.
Yep, definitely. Mine was a hand-me-down, actually. So one of my very good friends actually bought this one, I don't know, several years ago. He modified it, bought another one, sold it to another really good friend of mine, and he ran it for several years, and then he upgraded his this year, and he's like, all right, here, you can have this one. So, and thankfully, he had worked out all the bugs and had it all set up right. So literally, you just had to plug it in and select a file to print, and that's mostly it.
Yeah, that's this new one. It's spoiling me because I'm so used to my old ones, like tweaking the bed, getting everything level on that first layer, making sure everything's good, really watching that first layer. And this one, literally, you push auto level and it goes to 16 different points on the bed, knows where the bed is, and starts printing.
Nice.
So do you sell some of your stuff, or what do you do for RC stuff? No.
I give away a lot of stuff because I'm really bad at marketing and just basically print stuff for friends and give it away. I do have a plan to sell some stuff when I get around to it. It's just the 3D printers and like the laser cutter, the mill, the lathe, all the stuff that I have, that's more of like my other hobby stuff also. So I don't want to turn it into a job because I've made that mistake before where I turned a hobby into a job and hated it.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand.
So I make stuff for friends on occasion for a few bucks here and there to cover the cost of materials, and that's pretty much where I stand on it, because the moment you start making stuff, all of a sudden you got somebody that wants 200 of something, and I don't care enough to make 200 of them.
I know Gabe was having some lagging problems, so he's in the chat. But we're probably we're approaching the hour and a half mark. Probably plan to shut it down here in a few minutes. We'll go around the panel here in a minute and let anybody say anything they'd like to say before we close out.
Well, thank you guys for letting me hang out. I appreciate it. Also, I did finally start my YouTube channel, so you guys would check it out.
Yeah, was that BBY Auto? Right?
BBY Auto Graphics.
Hey, Larry, thanks for stopping in.
And just wanted you guys to know to have a good weekend and enjoy your Memorial Day.
Definitely. And thanks for everybody who, has served our country and military. Anybody on the board or in the chat, thank you all for your service.
He's a vet.
Okay, awesome, good. Thanks for pointing that out. So, Jared, thank you for your service.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jared.
Yep. Thank you, Jared.
So, definitely what the weekend is about.
He's also the one helping me with the June 13th event.
Awesome. That's awesome. But Jared, if you've got anything you want to say to anybody watching or anything, I'll let you know.
All right. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for letting me actually jump on one of these.
Absolutely. You're always welcome.
Be sitting around stuff.
Yep. And KB, you got anything?
Yeah, thank you for letting me in here, and have a good Memorial Day, and that's about it.
Dennis?
Yeah, I always enjoy being on your stream. Appreciate the invite.
Sure.
Thanks to all the vets. And we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys.
Absolutely. Very well said.
Amen to that.
Yeah. anybody, if you're willing to travel or in the Ohio area, I know that Dennis has got an event coming up in just a couple of weeks at Nelson's Ledges. I believe there's a couple inductions. Is that right? For 11 Charlie going on for that?
No, that won't be
On this event, it will be the mid-September event.
September. Okay, awesome.
We're going to try
Even
to get
better.
one induction done then.
Even better, because I hope to be there for that one. So sweet. But still, he's got an event coming up. In a couple.
Yep, June 13th, Nelson's Ledges State Park, Garrettsville, Ohio.
Yep, awesome.
It's going to be a Got Your Six event, like a No Man Left Behind team event only, no solo runs. Recovery equipment is going to be required. So any type of recovery equipment, sand ladders, ropes, winches, anything that you need to help your buddies through is going to be a requirement.
Very good. Awesome. So yeah, if y'all are in Ohio or willing to travel, y'all might want to check that out. But he'll also have another event in September, which I'm hoping to make that event. So that'd be great. On behalf of myself and RC Basherboi, I just want to say thanks for joining us on Saturday night. Sean, I don't do solo runs. My alter ego is always with me driving. But thanks for joining us on Saturday night. Appreciate everybody's support. And as it's already been said, I want to thank you to the veterans that have served our country. Appreciate it. So everybody enjoy your weekend. Hope everybody has a good time, a long weekend. Enjoy friends and family. And until next Saturday, we'll be back. So everyone have a good evening.
Take care, everybody.
See ya.
Good night.
See ya.
All right.